A great drill or just a feeling is just to hold the club with your trail hand.
Yeah.
Take some swings here, and you can feel it both ways. I like for my students to really feel what's wrong and also what's right, so you can feel the gap that's in between them.
Love it.
So, you know, we're going to do what's right first, and you're going to be able to get a lot of AB abduction when you swing back with just your trail arm because your left arm's not connected to it. So
gotcha.
As you get up to the top, you're just going to feel like you're pulling your right shoulder, right elbow way behind your neck, as far as you can get it basically. So your elbow from this point should be behind your neck.
Got it.
It should feel like, okay? If you do this improperly, your elbow is gonna feel a lot more like on your seam line, right?
Yeah,
so
okay.
in front of you here, you take your left hand, I have no depth, sneaking across.
Right.
Okay. So the feeling is just taking that right arm, trying to get your right elbow behind your neck or behind your shoulder is the feeling.
Love that.
And then you do that one more time, get it back there, and then grab your left hand with it, and you'll realize, wow, I really have some depth pretty easily. Even if I didn't turn so much, just the ability to be able to abduct that shoulder really adds some depth to the backswing.
Hey guys, Eric here, back outside at the Bethlehem Golf Club. In today's video, we're going to talk about a really important trail arm or right arm and right shoulder motion to transform your transition, hopefully transform your entire golf swing and game. To my left here, Mr. JT Thomas. You haven't seen him yet. JT's one of my good buddies who I trust with my own golf swing. JT, thanks for coming out today.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Appreciate you. And since I trust him with my own golf swing, we also coach together at CogornoGolf.com. If you're looking for an online golf coach, somewhere where you can send in your video, really get over the hump and get past any scoring barrier you have, whether you're looking to break 100, 90, 80, whatever it is, we have a solution. You can send us in your videos. We give you a specific practice plan, really personalized to you and your game. Would love to work with you. If you are looking for some in-person coaching, JT did just move back up to the Northeast. He's opening up a facility in New York. If you're up here in the Northeast or want to travel up for in-person lessons, that's what I do. Highly recommend it. Would love to see you at CogornoGolf.com or with JT. We'll put all the info in the description down below. So JT, let's talk about this trail arm, trail shoulder motion. In fact, let's do our normal flip-flop here, Spock, because we're going to do some shots.
Absolutely.
And so there's one thing we were talking about how the trail arm and trail shoulder, we'll just say righty for a right-handed golfer, can work both during the backswing and the downswing to help put in a lot of the key movements in the swing. So can you tell us a little bit about what that move is?
Absolutely, yeah. So it's basically abduction and adduction. Okay,
Got
so AB, abduction, is when your shoulder moves away from the midline of your body, like you were throwing something.
Yep.
Adduction is it moves towards the midline of your body.
Got it, okay.
Exactly. So most poor golfers really do some adduction and move this thing really forward towards the midline of our body too soon.
Gotcha.
That's where you see over the top.
And that's the
arms.
Right arm working in this way.
Exactly.
Okay.
Too far across, right? So.
Yep.
It also leads to a lack of depth. If people can't turn enough in the backswing or you don't feel flexible enough, really pulling your trail shoulder back can help your shoulders turn and get you some added depth in the backswing that obviously helps the downswing.
I love that. And I think, so the main point here is this little motion here. If I just put my right arm in front, me getting my arm to work in this fashion,
Absolutely.
Right, during my backswing, what we're saying is can be a key movement to get enough depth on the way back. I'm just going to repeat what you said, especially if you can't turn enough.
Absolutely.
And then also having it on the way down to maintain that depth, right? So
sure.
If you look at good golf swings, they get deep enough on the way back, and then they maintain some depth on the way down so they can swing from the inside, do all the body motion, etc. Awesome. So that's the key here. That's what we're looking for. Now the next question is, how do I do it? How do I feel that? Where does someone start with that motion?
Absolutely, yeah. So a great drill or just a feeling is just to hold the club with your trail hand.
Yeah.
Take some swings here, and you can feel it both ways. I like for my students to really feel what's wrong and also what's right, so you can feel the gap that's in between them.
Love it.
So, you know, we're going to do what's right first, and you're going to be able to get a lot of AB abduction when you swing back with just your trail arm because your left arm's not connected to it. So
gotcha.
As you get up to the top, you're just going to feel like you're pulling your right shoulder, right elbow way behind your neck, as far as you can get it basically. So your elbow from this point should be behind your neck.
Got it.
It should feel like. Okay. If you do this improperly, your elbow is going to feel a lot more like on your seam line, right?
Yeah,
so in front of you here, you take your left hand, I have no depth, sneaking across.
Right.
Okay. So the feeling is just taking that right arm, trying to get your right elbow behind your neck or behind your shoulder is the feeling.
Love that.
And then you do that one more time, get it back there, and then grab your left hand with it, and you'll realize, wow, I really have some depth pretty easily. Even if I didn't turn so much, just the ability to be able to abduct that shoulder really adds some depth to the backswing.
And when JT, when people are doing that, are they doing that kind of from like halfway back to the top? Is there a timing element involved with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we don't want to run out of that range of motion so soon, right? We have a limited amount. So we see this all the time on the lesson tee. People learn like, hey, I need to do that motion. Well, yeah, but if you do it too quickly or too late, it's almost as good as not doing it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's important to understand that basically from the lead arm parallel to the ground. This is something that Rory does a lot. If you guys see Rory, his arms go out and then they kind of pull back late. All he's doing is abducting that shoulder, has a ton of depth, hits high draws all day. That's
a beautiful example. I think of the keeping it fairly neutral in the first half and then adding in that abduction during the late backswing. And then it's good to get the club deep enough and far enough on the way back if you've been struggling with that or can't turn. But then it's also important on the way down.
Absolutely, yes. Yeah. So on the way down is really important too. And so the feeling of that on the way down is the same way that I like to do it for on the way back. Now you can do this by basically taking your lead hand, putting it on the back of your like trail tricep, and going up to the top here. And kind of pushing it back this way as far as you can, and then holding it back here, right? So holding it back as far as you can as you open your body up.
Yes.
Okay. So you want to feel like you're pushing into your hand, right? Most people try to do the opposite and get it in front. I want you to be pushing your arm into your hand as you swing down.
And I think as you do that, let's do that. Can we do that one more time?
Yeah.
So the back of the left hand goes behind the right tricep.
Yes.
And then if you go up to the top, we get a normal. Now again, we're talking to, it could be a lot of different golfers. The majority of people we're saying don't have enough depth.
Absolutely.
And so they need to feel this arm pushing back against this hand as they do their downswing.
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
Now, for the 1 out of 20 who might have the arms and hands too far behind them, then maybe they would feel the opposite.
Yeah, they can feel a little bit of it pushing out.
Right, but the majority of people, we want to keep the depth of the arms. And so someone who's watching who maybe sees the shaft over the top, has been trying to fix the over the top and hasn't, they might just be able to feel that trail shoulder motion, and that could drastically change where the club is at.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
And so let's see you do one here, JT, if we can hit one with that.
Yeah.
So like stock swing, someone comes in to feel this, they need more of this, you're feeling it halfway to the top, and then a little bit more in transition?
Absolutely, a little bit more in transition. And the big thing too with that drill, I just want to kind of point out is it really helps for you to be pushing into that. So to actively, when you're swinging down, you're doing the opposite direction. Your arm is moving this way as your body's moving that way.
Yeah,
so it's really important to have that, to understand.
Not just hold it, but actually push back in.
Actually push back the other way.
Got it.
For sure.
Got it, love that.
So yeah, we're just trying to feel this trail shoulder really pull behind us here as much as we can. Should give us some nice depth and be able to hit a draw here.
Yeah, that's solid, dude. Love that.
Yeah, so that's really, really important for the guys who struggle, that don't have any depth, that struggle with the hands and arms coming out too much, is to actually applying a force with your body in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So if anything, you get pulled towards the ball eventually.
I like that. I'd like to do that. Looks so good. I'd like to do one or two myself here.
Let's see it.
So, and now we talked a little bit about my swing in the past, but as I work back, if I'm thinking about normal swings we're seeing, I see the golfer getting, let's say you're semi-neutral into here, and then I'm really starting to feel that trail arm pull, my trail shoulder kind of pull back behind me.
Absolutely.
And this part of my arm, my bicep piece, pulling back as I'm working up to the top. So then my arm working back, and then really, like you said, as you work down, you can feel that. I can feel that pushing back as I'm starting my downswing motions. I really like that feel. So if you see the shaft normally coming too far out this way, then you'd be a really good candidate for these feelings, maintain some depth. So let's feel the right arm, a little bit abduction, up to the top and then on the way down. Sure. Yeah, good. Awesome. So I love those pieces. If you're struggling with depth and turn in the backswing, or struggling with maintaining the depth during the downswing, see if that's a piece that you can throw in there. It really could be the missing link to you putting a lot of your golf swing pieces together. So hopefully that made sense. Hope you guys enjoy that and that helps. If you do have any questions, as always, leave a comment down below. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you did like the video, do us a favor, click that like button down below. Click the notification bell. Also, please subscribe. If you would like some coaching, if you would like me to look at your swing, help build you a personal plan, go ahead and click the Cogorno Golf logo on the screen. We'll take you right there. We'll also include 2 other cards if you'd like to learn more about today's topic.